Okay, what are the volumes, please? Read them to me. 0.1, what else?
0.5.
What else?
1.
What else?
2.1.
All right, what else?
4.
All right.
4.99.
Yep.
8.
Good.
9.98.
Okay, you guys are awesome. And then the pressures, please. By the way, I'm using the up, down, right, left arrows to navigate in the data set, in the data table. That makes it easy. Now read me the pressures, please.
40.
Yep.
8.07.
Dang, you guys are doing it in harmony. You are awesome.
4.
Okay, 4.
2.
2.
1.01.
Okay.
0.8.
0.8.
0.5.
0.5.
0.4.
0.4. Very good. All right. So what we were trying to say on the worksheet was the words at the top where it says pressure versus volume. We want pressure actually on the vertical axis, volume on the horizontal axis, right? And then for all of them, there's words on the top of the data table. Follow those words to know what to graph. So if it says height versus time, what goes on the vertical axis? Height, and then time would go on the... Are you guys good there? Very cool. All right, so now we have this curve. Are you guys cool with that? Now look on your graphs on the sheet with the curves. Tell me which curve seems to fit. Okay, good. So what kind of a relationship are we expecting here? Is this an inverse?
Yes.
Good. So what we mean then, when we see an inverse relationship, we're thinking, all right, as pressure increases, volume decreases, right? What we mean mathematically, can I use P and V for pressure and volume? What we mean mathematically is P is proportional to 1 over V. P is not proportional to V because this isn't a line. P must be proportional to 1 over V. Are you seeing how I'm getting this? Yeah. And the sheet says how to do this. So what I'm going to do here, there's some logic involved. But once you think you figured out the mathematical relationship, we test it. Are you with me there?
Yeah.
Okay? So the way we test it is we go data, new calculated column, and then we're going to test 1 over volume, because we think that might be the relationship. And then I'll write 1 over V, and then I'll write 1 over what? What are the units now? 1 over meters, and then I'm going to put a cube there. Are you guys good? Does that look right?
Yes.
Okay. And then this is the important part. We have to tell Logger Pro exactly how to make this new column. So Logger Pro is going to take the volume column, every number there. So take every volume and do what? So we want to inverse it. So instead of volume, we want 1 divided by volume. Did you see how I did that? I did 1/volume. Make sense? And this is how we're going to test our idea that there's an inverse relationship. Are you guys with me? Okay, I hit done. And magically there's a new column called 1 over V. I wonder what's over there. I don't like when stuff is hidden, so I'm going to move things over. And I'm going to scroll over. So everything is visible. And then I'm going to copy the graph. I highlighted the graph by clicking on it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste a new one. And now there's 2 graphs there. You just can't see them. I'll hit Apple R, and now they're all over. So I auto-arranged it. That's this feature under page. So now I got pressure versus volume. What do I want here? Pressure versus? If our hunch was correct, if we were right that pressure is inversely related to volume, then when I graph pressure versus 1 over volume, what shape will I get? I'll get a. And do you know how to write an equation of a line? Yes. This is how we can write an equation of something curved. Because, question, if I put a best fit line here, does this look linear? I ask you, is the equation of that line any different than the equation of the curve above? They are the same. Notice we will get P equals 4 times 1 over V. The intercept is only 0.02 pascals, so I'm going to ignore it. Are you guys with me? So this is telling me that P equals 1 over V times 4. P equals 4 over V. Think about it. Is that the equation of that curve? Help me. So now you go, okay. So the equation is P equals 4, because I got a slope of 4, over V plus 0. Okay, so now I'm going to write the equation of this. I'm going to write it in more detail here. This is what I would want you to do. You would write pressure equals 4 pascals, those are the units there, divided by 1 over meters cubed. Well, I could just write my meters cubed there. So it's 4 pascals times meters cubed times what? A lot of people put volume here. That's not right. Look here. Good. So you put 1 over volume, and then I got plus 0.02 pascals. Now, it makes sense that the pressure is tiny, 0, when the volume is huge. I can envision real-life scenarios where that's true, so that makes sense to me. When volume is huge, pressure is small. But this slope doesn't make sense. I can't make sense of those units, so I'm not going to try. But since I can make sense of this, I will explain it. And for several of the data sets, you will be able to explain what the slope means and what the intercept means. Like the weight of the baby problem is kind of cool. So for every problem, you'll try to explain the slope. Now, how many representations do we have of this data? We have the data, we have the graph that's linear, we have the curve, and we have the equation. Is any one representation different in fundamental nature? It's all the same data. It's just being displayed differently. Do we have a nice way then to come up with an equation for something that's curved? It's the same equation. It's all the same. Again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 representations of the same exact physical phenomenon. Are you guys good? So that worksheet is due on Tuesday. We're going to whiteboard all the data sets on Tuesday. On Monday, we will red pen your tests. So you will have the weekend plus Monday. Should you work together?
Yes.
And if I were you, I would take this chart, you know the chart I'm holding? I would put it where? I would tape it in your notebook, your lab notebook, because you're going to need this for every lab throughout the year. And then I would put it in your table of contents. Does that make sense? But for these data sets, realize they don't go in your lab book. Just use Logger Pro, print them out. Does this make sense? And try to master this technique that you will need. You guys good? If you have trouble, will there be a screencast for you to watch?
Yep. Yes.
To help you review? And should you work alone or work together?
Try to work together.
Okay, very good. I hope you have a great weekend.
You too.